Why is there still bombs going off in Colombia in 2025? Is Colombia becoming as dangerous as it was in the 80s and 90s? This past Thursday on August 21st in the city of Cali, a truck containing 2-cylinder bombs exploded in front of the military airbase Marco Fidel Suarez. This explosion left 6 people dead and it left more than 80 people injured. This is coming after the attacks in June where 3 bombs went off in 3 different parts of the city of Cali, leaving 2 people dead. Gustavo Petro, the president of Colombia, already came out to say who he believes is responsible for the most recent attacks. And just for my safety, I'm not going to mention any names. Every day I get recognized more and more on the street. People know my face, and if y'all didn't know, Colombia is one of the most dangerous countries on earth to be a journalist on. So I invite you to look into it. The answers are easy to find online. In case some of y'all are unfamiliar with the history of violence here in Colombia, let me give y'all some historical context so y'all understand why this is still happening in 2025. So Colombia has had political violence for over 100 years, where left-wing and right-wing political armed groups have fought each other constantly. When the snow boom happened, snow boom in the 70s and the 80s, these armed groups began participating in selling snow. And since they started making insane amounts of money in that business, they were able to recruit more soldiers, buy crazier weapons, and just have more power and influence. What we have now are some groups that claim to still be fighting for their political ideologies, and others that admit that they're straight up cartels. But they both just basically do the same thing, and they constantly are fighting each other over territory and fighting the Colombian military. So what happens is when the Colombian military does operations against these groups, they do terrorist attacks in retaliation. Now, unfortunately for Cali, it is the closest major city to one of the strongholds of the drug trade in Colombia, which is the department of El Cauca. Cali is also close to the port of Buenaventura, which is the most important port in Colombia, and a lot of contraband comes in and out. So it's just, unfortunately for Cali, it's in a bad point. So since it's the closest big city, it's the easiest target for these groups to carry out these terrorist attacks. But let me know in the comments, guys, do you think Colombia is going back to how it was in the 80s and 90s? Or do you think it's different now in 2025?